So from soap to instant noodles and even chocolate, Indians are cutting down on buying these basic things. India's middle class is shrinking, says the boss of Nestle India. The country's largest food and beverage company reported its slowest quarterly growth in 8 years. It's the same story with other consumer goods companies as well, and that's not good news. Consumption makes up some 60% of India's GDP, and at 5.4%, the latest figure was a bit of a shocker, a shadow of the 8+% growth that India clocked last year. So what's gone wrong?
The pent-up demand is gone. There is regulatory tightening by the RBI on unsecured lending that has been happening so far. Plus, incomes haven't really grown much. Employment hasn't grown much.
Now, even India's chief economic advisor has raised concerns about wages and employment. He said the staff cost of private listed companies has been coming down, and not paying workers enough will end up being self-destructive for the corporate sector, as there won't be adequate demand for their own products. But there are also other temporary factors that are driving growth down. Government spending, especially on things such as roads and trains, which has been a big driver of India's economic growth, has dipped. And a long monsoon has disrupted industrial activity in sectors such as construction and mining. Consistently high food prices, meanwhile, has left lesser money in the pockets of people, and it's also prevented India's central bank from reducing the cost of borrowing. But with the economy now stuttering, interest rates are likely to start coming down in the next year.
The RBI will cut by around 1%. So it's 6.5% is the policy interest rate now. We expect that in quantum of 0.25% every meeting, that is brought down to 5.5% by the middle of 2025.
Going forward, an expected bumper harvest will mean that rural spending will pick up. But it won't be enough to take overall growth back to 7 to 8% that India's come to expect, at least for some more time. That's the new reality.